Hello, my friends of BUDO TV Online, and today we bring you a different interview, a different kind of interview that we usually do. We are here with Sensei Roman Solony. He's an independent distributor of Korak Club, and we're going to talk about that. And also, Sensei Roman is also a Aikido practitioner for the Renshinkai school. So we're going to talk a little bit about all that. Welcome, Sensei, and thank you so much for accepting this interview with us.
Thank you so much, Sensei. My pleasure.
So the first question is always the same. Tell us a little bit about your background, your professional background, and the same your martial art background.
Okay, sure. So my name is Roman Solony. I'm 41 years old now. I live in New York in the United States. I came to America in 2003 from Ukraine, where I used to be a police officer and instructor in the police academy. And that's where I started Aikido. When I came to America, I first worked in different positions trying to establish myself as an immigrant. And then eventually I applied and was accepted to a law school. I graduated law school, and 5 years ago now I'm a practicing attorney. And on top of that, I've been doing martial arts for over 20 years. And Aikido is one of the arts. And 2 years ago, I was introduced to an idea of how to be healthier by following very simple steps that I'm promoting right now. And it goes very good with my martial arts practice, because a lot of people who come to martial arts, who want to learn the arts, they not only come in to fight, they also come in to find a way to be healthier, to be in better shape. And what I found 2 years ago, this information is extremely helpful, is very simple, and I will be happy to share with you today. But this is my kind of background from where I'm coming originally to where I'm right now. And independent distributor is my current business that I'm promoting in terms of health and wellness. And I'm also still teaching Aikido, obviously.
That's incredible, because what you said before, I know many people go to martial arts to try to improve their health, feel better, eat better.
Yeah.
Not only about self-defense, it's about health. And that's very important these days, especially with all this situation with the COVID-19. People are trying to look for different ways, to improve the immune system and be stronger against all this kind of virus and sickness. Let's talk a little bit about Kora Club and Kora Mind, because many people that are going to see this interview, they don't know about this. Maybe they never hear about this before. So I want to give you this chance so you can talk to the people, and maybe they will say, oh, this channel is usually about martial arts. Why is talking about this? Why is doing an interview about this? And everything is related. So I want to give you the chance so you could explain to the people.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So first of all, I want to say that whatever I'm doing in my life, I'm trying to be as thorough as I possibly can. And when I came to martial arts in the first instance, that was back in 1990s, I was a young, strong guy. I was about to become a police officer. And one of the things, or one of the objectives I had, is to be physically strong, but also have the tools that I can deal with people, criminals on the streets of Ukraine. In the 1990s, it was very, very wild west, if you can imagine it, back in Ukraine. So I really had to have a tools that will enable me to be to be able to defend myself and defend the population of Ukraine. When I came to Aikido and I started learning more about it, I realized that I was only saw one side of the whole spectrum of what martial arts bring. They not only bring the self-defense or physical, they also bring the mental development, the self-development, and the spiritual development as well. And when I realized all of those spectrums in Aikido, I really understood that I came into the right place, because it's not just a couple years long journey, it's lifelong journey that I can now embrace and I can share with other people. Now, long story short, a couple years ago, like I said, I came across this idea of Choral Club. And when I saw the idea and when I applied it to the other things that I already knew, I said, that's just brilliant. because what it is, the Coral Club is just a company. The company that's been around for over 20 years. It's been founded in Toronto, Canada in 1998. It's now an international company with 35 countries of physical presence, meaning you can actually walk into the store and buy the products or speak with people about us. But this company also offers delivery to another 175 countries around the world. So pretty much, with a little exception, in every country in the world, you can have our products. But the products is not what the most unique about the company. What is unique is the concept that we promote in how to be healthier. It's a four-step process. I'm going to briefly describe it right now. Don't want to go in much detail. But this process, if you adopt it and you follow it, you will definitely extend your life. And not only in terms of years, but also in terms of quality and experience that you will have. Here's the four simple steps. And before I get to them, just a little preamble, I guess, why these four steps are so important. Our ecology is not getting better. I guess everybody would agree. The pollution in the air, the pollution in the water, the quality of food that we buy in the stores, even though it says organic and natural, it's far worse than it used to be 20, 30, 40 years ago. And Sensei, you and I probably we still had the experience of that good food that I'm referring, with all the nutrients that were supposed to be here. The guys who are born right now, or like my children, I have 19 years old and I have 3.5 years old. The little one probably would never eat something that natural unless I grow it myself. Okay, so the idea of the worsening of environment, reduction of the quality of water supply, and reduction of quality of food gave me an understanding that just eating the normal food, you cannot get everything your body needs. And the health of our body is not only in exercise or not only in meditation, but also in what we put inside of us. And actually, I guess that's where it starts. So once I saw that, the company promotes pretty simple concept. Our body is built of cells, and the cells are the smallest particle or smallest building block of our body. If we can take care of our cells, our body will be healthy. And the cell has only two needs, really. Can you imagine? The whole this body is built of one small thing, and that small thing needs only two things to be healthy. One is to receive all the nutrients that it requires to build itself and to function. And two, to remove the waste from itself. Because we have toxins coming from outside, from the environment, and the toxins also developed as our body functions. And if we cannot produce our cells with the food that it needs and remove the waste, the cells will be born healthy, and the cells create in our body, and the body will be healthy. In fact, it regenerates, and with years, we can pretty much have a brand new body. I mean, it will look the same, maybe younger and maybe more fit, but the same body. So how do we do it? Number one, we have to drink good quality water, and in the correct amount. There's only, there are a lot of opinions how much water we have to drink. 2 cups, 8 cups, 2 liters, 5 liters, 15 liters. But all of this is abstract. If I drink 5 liters of water, I will be just fine. If my 3.5 years old will drink 5 liters of water, she is going to explode. So it cannot be 5. 2, it will be not enough for me. It will be still a lot for her. So no, our company actually offers a specific amount for each person. It's personalized. And the quality of water is also specific. We'll talk about coral mine in a second, and I'll tell you what the quality of water we're talking about. But let's just put it aside. So step number 1 is hydration. Correct water in correct amount. Step number 2, we need to do internal hygiene. Many of us clean the teeth, wash our face and hands right now, right? 20 seconds under hot water with the soap. We know all of this. But how many of us go inside of our body with a toothbrush and clean our digestive tract or our joints from toxins? Or how many of us take a broom and sweep the parasites from our body? Not too many, right? Honestly, with me, before knowing about Coral Club, I did nothing. I drank maybe 1 or 2 liters of water per day, which is not enough, I know now. I never did any kind of detox or cleansing of my body inside of me. So my body was a mess. And obviously now I know why I was getting tired, had headaches, and all the other issues. Now I don't have them. Step number 3, once we cleanse our body, only now we can add the vitamins, the minerals, the supplements that everybody is now saying, oh, buy our vitamins, they're the best. They all good. They all good, but if you put them in a dirty body with a lot of parasites sitting inside of you, it will not bring the benefits to your body. And those parasites will eat more than you will. So it's just making, let's say, expensive urine and expensive poop instead of getting benefit for your body. So there has to be an order. You first hydrate your body, you then clean it, and then you can feed it. And the final step that we promote is protection, right? When you build this pretty nice body, you want to make sure nothing affects it. And here you are, you have toxins attacking you every single day once you come outside. When you eat, it's still toxins. So we have to make sure we have daily protection from them. And I'm not saying you have to wear a lot of like clothing. All we do is we have antioxidant products that instead of eating like 5 kilos of oranges, you take one small capsule of strongest antioxidant, and it protects you for the entire day from toxin attack. Also, you probably heard about electromagnetic fields and how they affect our health and the brain and the skin and the blood. So we have a product that actually applied to any electromagnetic field emitting device reduces that field by about 80%, which makes it much safer to use the devices to begin with. You and I right now on these devices. So we have this emission, and my device has the protection on it. My microwave has that protection on it. My TV has that protection. So I'm way more comfortable for my children to be in my environment rather than I was before. Again, before I didn't even know it, so it was kind of safe. But now when I know, I cannot live anymore with that understanding. And my mission right now is to share this information with the world and help everybody else to be able to get the same kind of conditions of life and level of life that they can have. So that's in a nutshell what Coral Club is about.
I think it's amazing because when we spoke before by phone the other day, in the moment I was, in my mind, I get this idea to do this interview because I know a lot of people that see my channel. Many people for Spanish countries, like me. I'm from Cuba. I live here in Miami, but I'm from Cuba. So wow. This will be a great chance for other people for different countries knows, because I know every day you do live streaming in your Facebook, and right. You do it in English because it's the language that you always do your live streaming. But this is an opportunity for people to Spain. I don't think Cuba because I'm not with the economic situation there, but specifically here in Miami, we have a lot of people from different Latin countries. So maybe when I post this interview, that I would put subtitles in Spanish so that people could understand better what we are talking about here, because not everybody, speak English or they can understand it. So I put the subtitles on so they could know, about all these. In case people wonder about, okay, he's talking about water, he's talking about improvement of the health. What is the main products of this company, so that people could in a very short way, so they can know about, the menu, if you can say it that way,
Yeah, sure. So the main product, as you already inferred, is Coral Mine. Coral Mine is the little packet, which I'll try to show you in my bottle. If you see this little bag here on the bottom of the, okay, so this is a little bag that's produced in Okinawa, Japan. And this is the coral sand is collected from Japanese sea. They changes the quality of the water and makes it pretty much three main things that it does with water. It changes the pH level, the acidity level, from regular to more alkaline water, which is beneficial to our human health. Back in 1930s, there was a Nobel Prize winner who proved that bacteria, viruses are not developing in alkaline environment. So what we're doing right now by drinking just simple this water, we're alkalizing our body, and we're creating conditions inside of us where bacteria, viruses, fungus, all this bad stuff just cannot live inside of our body. Second thing that it does, it changes the oxidation redox potential, and this is a very smart way to say the electric charge of the water. And the electric charge of the water usually positive, at least here in New York. I measured it in my apartment. It's about 200 millivolts. In my house in Long Island where I live, it's about 600 millivolts. So it's very high positive charge. Our body inside is charged negatively. So when we drink that positively charged water, our body, before it accepts it, has to change the charge. So it uses a lot of energy to convert. And when I'm drinking this water, it's already converted. So all that energy my body used to spend before on water conversion is now saved. So when people say, oh, you're so energetic, why? Because I'm not wasting energy on things I shouldn't. Okay? And the third thing that the coral does when it gets into the water, it structures the water. If you would Google online and just look structure of water, there is Japanese scientist that did a lot of research how water reacts on different things like noise, music, yelling, screaming, languages, smiles, and he proved that water actually has a memory, and that memory can convey either good or bad to our body. So when it's structured, it goes naturally into our body. It better penetrates our cellular membranes and delivers the nutrients inside the cells, and it's can exit easier, again, moving all that waste out of our body. So those three main benefits of coral mine inside of water. That's number one product. Number two, the line of products is detox programs, and there are like three of the major programs that help us to detoxify the body, to remove, and I want to stress it, not kill, but remove the parasites from our body. If we kill them, they die inside of us. We still have that dead bodies inside of our body. We don't want that. We want to actually create condition when they live by themselves. As an attorney, I can say, and I hope it doesn't offend anybody, we do a constructive eviction. We create the condition they cannot no longer live inside of us, and they just live by their own volition. Okay. And the next line of our products, main line, is our nutrients. It's in vitamins, minerals, amino acids, fatty acids, and enzymes. All those 5 categories of nutrients that our body needs to be healthy. And you have all of this under one umbrella. On the side, we have a line of products. It's called Smart Food. Sometimes we go on a trip, or we have a busy work day, and we grab something to eat which is not healthy, like chips or chocolate bar or something else. Instead, we offer in healthy substitutes. Our power bars are 100% naturals with either fruits or nuts or something, but there is nothing, no additives, all natural. Or we have protein shakes that have collagen inside of them. Ladies, if you want to have beautiful skin, that's for you. We also have separate line of products from Los Angeles, California, which is called Privilege, which is a beauty products for actually men and women to take care of our skin. So not only we take care of our body from inside out, because our health starts inside. If you have a rash on your skin, doesn't mean you have to put a lot of gel on it or cream. You have to first look inside and see what is the problem that causing that rash. Maybe it's just a parasites or something else. And again, we start from inside, but we also can address outside issues. Okay, so that's kind of the main lines of products. We have much more. We have 200 products with 2,900 certificates all over the world certifying the quality of the product.
Wow. In case people wants to join this wonderful idea, they want to acquire, buy all this, where they need to go. They have a website, they have a store, they need to be in contact with you. What they could do?
Sure. So the easiest way is to reach out to me, or if you decide to be my liaison in Spanish community, to you, and we will send them a link to the website in the country where they located. So there is the website for each country in the language of the country where it's located, and people can go on the website, research all the products. They have all the ingredients, all the certifications, everything that you need to know about the product is out there, and you can place an order right online. The delivery depends on the country, but let's talk about United States. Is done to your home or office, whichever address you put in your order. The delivery is done straight there. And again, I'll talk just an example for United States. If your order is under $100, the delivery charge, I believe, is $8. If the order is over $100, the delivery is free.
It's free. Okay.
Right. So it's very simple. For people who just want to become customers, the registration is free. There is no charges, whatever. And once you register, you get automatic 20% discount on all the products, plus monthly promotions on certain products.
So they have home delivery, you can say, from the company to the door. So they receive everything, and they have the chance to check on the website of the products that you have, everything, every detail they need to know is right there for them.
Correct. That's number one. But number two, and the most important, once they register with the company, they get a person assigned to them as a consultant. If they're going to come through me, I will be their consultant, and I will help them to navigate the site, the products. I'll help them to set up the program that they need to accomplish their specific health goals, because the idea of the company is not just to sell you one product or one program. The idea is to show you a way that you can follow along as long as you want to be healthy, because some people just say, you know what, I had it, I want to die. But most people, at least the people that I belong to, we want to be healthy as long as possible. And we even have a saying, it's better to die, how they say it, from orgasm than from heart attack, or from heart attack while having orgasm, you know? So I want to live as long as I possibly can. I want to attend all the weddings of my children and great-grandchildren, and I want to play Aikido for the rest of my life. And I have big plans as to how much I want to travel and teach and learn, because even though I'm teaching Aikido, I'm also a still student, and I always will be student. And this system just enables me to do all of that and much more.
Perfect. So people are seeing this interview, you know, now you can reach to Sensei Roman, and he could give you all the information that you need. I think this is going to be a great chance. If you allow me and you send me the info, I could put right here in the description of the video the links and everything on your social network, any way they could contact you, and maybe the website, so they could check it out and see, and through you they could, you know, get the details they maybe need to be part of this amazing idea. Because these days, and you were talking about Okinawa, and funny thing is, like, I have here my cousin and myself, we like to eat a lot of seaweed, you know. And when we start eating seaweed, we were doing our research, and you know, many people in Okinawa eat a lot of seaweed, and it's one of the places with the lowest rate of people with cancer, because they eat a lot of seaweed. And you know, seaweed is very helpful, you know, for the system, for our body, which is amazing. And now I learned from you, like, they have another product that came from the same place. You know, this is amazing, I think, idea, and something new that, you know, people should know, and maybe research a little bit about this. So in case because I know you said before, Aikido practitioner, so you start doing Aikido when you were living in Ukraine, right? When you were a police officer. So how was your beginning in Aikido?
Okay, so I actually I started Aikido twice. First time it was back in 1995 when I was still in high school. and I was about to go to police academy, and a friend of mine suggested there is a martial arts school called Aikido. I knew a little bit about it, as you probably can imagine from Steven Seagal movies,
Mm-hmm.
but I did not know much. So he said there is this guy who came and teaches Aikido, and it sounds so impressive. Like karate, we already heard a little bit, kung fu we did, but Aikido was something new, and he was the only person in the entire town that taught it. So I
Mm.
went there, and for a couple months before I entered into police academy, I took his classes, which was very informal, almost like in sweatpants and t-shirts. So it was very just a beginning stage of even this guy's development in martial arts. When I went to police academy, I was like a military setting, so I could not leave the college. I was in
Ah.
the police academy 24/7 for almost 3 years, and there I took judo.
Mm.
And
Okay.
while by doing judo and training a lot as a police officer, I came across a friend of mine who was a big judo player. By saying big, he won like European championships, and he, I think, was even going to some international, like worldwide championships. But when I saw him, he gave me a video of Aikido, and I said, "Why are you doing Aikido if you're so good in judo?" He said, "Because judo has limits and Aikido doesn't." And I said,
Mm.
"What do you mean?" So he told me, "Come and check the class that he is attending." And he was not even teacher; he was a student also. And when I came to the first class that I saw, my teacher that actually brought me up to my shodan, my black belt level in Ukraine, they were preparing for some kind of demonstration. And I remember staying in the entry door to the dojo, and this guy, he's about one head higher than me, throws around like 4 or 5 guys all over the place. And I said, "This is amazing. I want to be part of this, whatever it is, and I want to be like him." So when I entered and I was introducing him to him, his name was Roman. I said, "Okay, this is 2 out of 2. I like the art and I like the teacher because he's also Roman." And then I started. I started right before I graduated from college, from police academy, and I studied with him up until the moment I left the United States, which was about 4 years. I was study under him. I took my black belt test with his guidance, and then I came to America. And I continued doing Aikido with different instructors around the United States. I was finally able to go to Japan in 2018, and I spent 2 weeks in Japan training intensely with highest Shihans in Yoshinkan and Renshinkai styles of Aikido, which pretty close styles. And I just believe that this is something that no matter what happens in the world, or with me, or in my life, I will never stop doing.
So Yoshinkan is one of my favorite Aikido schools.
Thank you.
Uh, I started in Aikigai in Cuba, but in the moment Aikigai was mandatory. We were not allowed to learn another style.
Wow.
Pretty weird. Of course, Cuba is like that. Eventually, with time, there were different peoples like starting to introduce different ways. People that have the chance to maybe travel to different countries or go to Japan and everything. And one of them, uh, it used to teach a lot of Joshinkan techniques, and I fell in love like the first moment. I was like, wow, and especially with the Kihon Dosa, and everything. And when I learned some basic of Daito Ryu, the same Kihon Dosa is Daito Ryu. One of the, I mean, in the old schools of Daito Ryu, they teach Kihon Dosa. The modern ways, they don't teach anymore.
Mhm.
And for me, it was great because I knew the root came from a strong lineage like Daito Ryu. And I admire Yoshinkan very much because the way they focus the position, the posture, and then everything, the line, it's very powerful style. And I think is wonderful. I mean, for me, it's one of the best schools. Also, I like Iwama a lot, Iwama
Mhm.
School. Yoshinkan, I think they are the most amazing school of Aikido. So, talk to me about the Budo Dojo a little
Okay.
bit.
Sure, sure. Thank you. So, about 2007, a friend of mine who actually is now in Florida, in Cape Coral,
Okay.
Jeff Salado Sensei, he's teaching Yoshinkan there right now. But he used to live in New York, and he was living New York for a job, and he ran the New York Yoshinkan at that time. That was the name of the dojo. So when he was leaving, he approached me because we by then became a good friends, and he said that, Roman, I'm leaving the town, and I have two options: to close up the place, which was actually open since 1990s, or you will take it over. And even though his place was in the Bronx and I lived in Queens, so it's about 40 minutes drive with no traffic, it's pretty decent drive. I said I'll do it because I really felt that I have this opportunity to keep the school alive. And the school was open, I believe, in 1993 by David Freiberger Sensei. He is now sixth dan in the Renshinkai Aikido, which is one of the um, students of Shiora Sensei, Tsutoma Chida, formed in Japan. And David is one of his highest students, and he formed New York Yoshinkan back in 1990s. So I felt that it's big privilege and big honor to head this school, and I was happy to accept Joe's offer. So I did. And since 2007 up until last year, I was running New York Yoshinkan Dojo. Last Back in 2018, when I went to Japan and I visited Chida Shihan in Japan, and I actually spent almost 2 weeks with him and his students, I decided to switch from Yoshinkan to Renshinkai, which is a different name, but the substance and the teaching of Chida Sensei stays the same and true to Gozo Shiora teaching. It's just we're going to omit right now the reasons for this switch, but basically I decided to join Chida Sensei and his school, which is called Renshinkai now. And as I did this switch, I could no longer remain named New York Yoshinkan because I was now in Renshinkai. So in fall of last year, I went and saw Chida Sensei in Los Angeles in California, took my instructor's test to prove that I worth being an instructor in the Renshinkai. And then I asked Chida Sensei to also give me the Japanese name for the school. So he offered me to come up with the idea, and I said that my idea of my school is place of continuous progress. So he called it Gudokan, the place for continuous search. And this is what I'm doing. I'm continuously searching. I'm always trying to find better ways to teach my students to do the techniques. And Chida Sensei is a great example of this person who also continuously searching and always improving. There's no limit to how much we can do in Aikido. And I like that you mentioned that Yoshinkan you like one of the most, but you also mentioned the Wama. Those two styles are very close, even though they were developed by different teachers. And if you think why they're very close, my answer is this: both of them come from O-sensei. Shiora Sensei was student of Marihei Shiba before World War II, and he got the original strong and harsh, I would say, Aikido from O-sensei. After World War II, O-sensei was teaching in Iwama, and Saito Sensei became his student. But O-sensei Aikido did not really change much. Aikikai later had to adapt it to make it look nicer and not so martial for the occupation forces. But in Iwama, O-sensei continued his path of strong and structured Aikido. And that's why if you put together Saito Sensei and Shiora Sensei in many movements, they're very close. So when we actually started with my sensei Aikikai too, and then he switched himself to Yoshinkan. And when he did, I realized how much easier it was to explain people what the technique looks in Yoshinkan. Because again, like it cells in Coral Club idea, like building blocks of our body, in Yoshinkan, the Kihon Dosa is building blocks of every single techniques. And there are only 6 basic movements that build every single technique, no matter how complicated it is. And my mind was like, wow, this is so simple, but from this simplicity comes so much power. And once people understand this, and they take it properly and they do it under proper guidance and they cut all the slack from their training, they become like marbles and they can create phenomenal techniques with no physical force. In fact, I like, I think it was Chida Sensei's question. We asked Chida Sensei, what do we do wrong? And he said, when you do technique, what do you feel? And we said, oh, it's hard. The body doesn't move this way. He says, the only way you do technique right, if you don't feel it, period. And we said, Sensei, what does it mean? And he said, you should have no resistance when you're doing it correctly. And that said to myself that this is the real meaning of Aikido. Once you can get your body and your partner's body into sync with each other, and once you can have proper posture, the technique will be so easy that the child can perform it on the big body. And I love it so much. And since then, and it was just last fall when I heard this impression from Chida Sensei, I said, here's the true meaning. We have to find a way to do technique without feeling anything. Once we can, then the technique is really powerful. If we still feel something, we're doing something wrong. So we have to look for a different way to do it.
Interesting. That's a master. You know, I never had the chance to. Maybe I will have chance in the future to meet your sensei. That would be great, and maybe I could learn a lot from him. I'm pretty sure of that. And if you give me also the information, the link and everything for your dojo, and maybe the link of the organization or federation about the Renshinkai, so I can post it here too, so that people could access. And maybe some people want to reach. That's cool because they came from different others rules and they want to change. They're looking for something different, more close to the original way of Aikido. You were talking about that before, the pre-war time of Aikido. That was Aikido time. For me, that was my favorite time, to be honest. And that's the way I follow. So I think it would be a good chance also for everybody here to see this interview, so they want to maybe investigate more, or they want to train a more strong way. They could reach to you also, and maybe the organization, and they could have the chance to join, or maybe share a seminar, any event that maybe you could do in your dojo in the future when all this craziness ends, or maybe they want to go to Japan and train there. Any way possible. So we here just giving the people the tools so they could, have another opportunity for themselves, and also the opportunity to improve their health with this amazing line of Kora Club. So thank you so much for this interview. I'm very happy. I know you are a very busy man doing these live streams that you're always doing and reaching people and try to help people to improve their health. So everybody's watching this interview, please check it out in the description downstairs so you can see everything related with these amazing Kora Club and Kora Mind products. And also you could reach here to the sensei in case you have any question regarding to all these. Anything that you want to say before we finish the interview, sensei?
Just, I want to thank you so much for this opportunity to express the information that I have. I really believe right now it's my mission to let as many people as I can possibly reach know about this opportunity that actually is easy and affordable and effective. And the other mission I have is promoting Aikido, because I truly believe it's one of the arts that still keeps in its origin, in its training, both the physical and mental attributes, but also it brings the love and harmony that's a lot of people right now missing in the world. We have so much confrontation, so much arguing, but really we are human beings. We're born in a love, right? Child rarely comes into confrontation. Usually we come in love, and we want to be loved, and we want to share this with other people. So that's what Aikido is about. That's what the Choral Club is about. We're trying to share with people the best things we have, the best things we can bring to them. And this is my great pleasure to be here today and to share my love and my passion with both of those things. And I really thank you, Sensei, for the opportunity. I thank you for your willingness to do it in Spanish as well, so more people will be able to hear it. And I absolutely will be happy to assist every single person who reaches out to me to either find out more about the health or Aikido or both. And I'm willing to come eventually to Florida once we can travel and speak in person with groups of people who are looking for this information and do seminars. And you're all welcome to come to New York whenever you are in New York, or if you have family in New York who wants to do it, we will be happy to share. We'll be happy to help. And we all here to build this society of healthy, happy, energetic people. Thank you so much. And thank you very much.
It was a great honor to have you here, and I invite you and all your students, all your friends to check it out my channel. It's in Spanish, but at least we have some interviews in English also, so maybe some of them speak Spanish or understand a little bit of what we're doing and what we are trying to promote here in our channel BUDO TV Online. And all my friends that are watching this interview, please check it out. In the description, you have all the information. If you have any doubt, please contact Sensei Roman here, and you will have all your answers. And I hope to see you, all of you, soon in another video. And don't forget to subscribe, give us a like. That's very important to us. And I see you in the next one. Gosh.